Let's talk about this upcoming show specifically, the details of it. So it's at 176 Lakeshore here in North Bay.
That's right.
And it's called Arlie Hoffman and Friends.
That's right.
And what does
I
it
should
consist
say
of?
family too.
Friends and family in
Yeah.
brackets. Sunday, May 5th, 1 p.m. at 176.
Yeah.
People could come and check out the new show.
I'm trying to put some of my salient pieces. One, for example, is this big red poppy
Yes.
that it really resonates
Oh,
quite
yeah,
well.
it's an amazing.
And so that's my role right now, is
Yeah.
to have something that kind of is representative of what I have been doing,
Yeah,
but not a lot of new, heavy, intense work.
that's beautiful. I can't wait to see it. Welcome everybody to come and check it out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Richard Fortin Presents. I'm so happy today that you've joined us. Please subscribe and share with your friends and family because today's a special one. We got some multi-artist people. I call it multi-artist because you do many things, or I know you do many things, but now I'm happy to introduce you to my little audience out there in the world of the internet. Welcome to Richard Fortin Presents, Arlie and Kevin Hoffman.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The father and son combo.
Yeah.
Has this happened before, guys? An interview together?
We did for a newspaper thing, and we had a show at the Kennedy Gallery,
Yeah.
two-man show, some years back. It
Yeah.
went over well,
Yes.
and we haven't repeated that since. So this is a time for us to revisit that kind of relationship, not only as father and son, but as fellow artists, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Painters,
Yes.
in this case.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll get to the other art forms later, but right
Yeah.
now we're talking about the painting.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you paint because you watched your father paint? How did you, or was it completely disconnected and you came back to it? How did you get...
Well, I mean, probably yes, because he did, and I was very interested.
Yes.
And so I think I had the knack when I started.
Yeah.
What's interesting is my dad had no influence at all, right? So he's this boy on a farm starting to, draw and,
Yeah.
So that's what's really unique. I mean, I was influenced for sure.
Yes.
He was in his studio every night,
Yes.
and I go down and,
Yeah.
watch and check it out.
Yeah.
So how did that start for
I
you then?
don't know. Honestly, it just seemed to be an inherent thing that I had this interested in creating something. And it was something that started in my very young youth. And by the time I was 12, I was doing violin and playing hockey and painting. And I started with numbers.
At 12 years old, the paint by number.
Paint by numbers.
Really?
Yeah, to a point where by 13 I said, I don't want to do these little
Yeah.
squares. I started blending them.
I have some ideas.
Yeah. And then I started buying paint. I had some people give me some paints and stuff, and I never stopped. And from then on, even through my heavier sports days,
Yeah.
my art always existed.
So do you paint every day?
I did in a lot of ways, yes. Something. It's like you brush your teeth every day.
Yeah.
Well, I painted every day.
Mm-hmm.
It was necessary kind of feeling that one must do this to keep a continuity going,
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of amazing.
It is amazing because he had a day job
Yeah.
Of course.
and then come home and eat and maybe have a little snooze.
Yeah.
But then paint till like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
every night.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Get up for, go to an 8 o'clock shift.
Yeah.
But I was motivated in both elements.
Okay.
I was motivated in my job.
Yeah.
I believed in it. It was a positive type of job,
Yeah.
and it went well because in my radiology work,
Yeah.
it's a creative element too. You're
right.
creating images,
Mm-hmm.
definition and clarity, black and white contrast and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's all part of
Yeah.
the creative process painting,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It forces one to observe.
Yes,
Right? When we're
very
creating
much.
in that domain.
Very much. You see more because you're wanting to see more.
You're looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see more beauty
Yeah.
because colors get really enhanced in your mind, and you want to see them and you want to paint them and stuff like that. So there is many benefits that it helped me hand in hand with my work.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably exist better that way.
Mm-hmm.
I've never tried it without the art,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel that it played a significant motivation role.
Yeah, yeah. And what a legacy too, right? Of when you look, so you're going to be hanging work. So let's talk about, I have questions also I want to flip over to Kevin about, but let's talk about this upcoming show specifically, the details of it. So it's at 176 Lakeshore here in North Bay.
That's right.
And it's called Arlie Hoffman and Friends.
That's right.
And what does
And
it
should
consist
say
of?
family too.
Friends and family in
Yeah.
brackets. Yeah, cool. And the name of the show is?
That's
It is
that.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as I said, it's a redux or a replay of a 5-year go process. Yeah.
Beautiful. So who are the people that people will be
Well,
seeing?
Kevin, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I don't know if you know Suzanne Carr
Mm-hmm.
and Beth Jackson and what's her name now? We called her in to be part of this, but Nancy Miller
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
is a very wonderful painter.
Yeah.
Want to include her, and let's see some others that you recall.
Well, that's quite a collection just there.
Mhm.
That's almost 7. We almost got everybody.
Yeah.
That's neat. And it's Saturday at 1 p.m. that you're hosting people here?
No, it's going to be
Sunday.
Sunday.
Sunday at
Yeah,
1.
yeah.
Yeah.
May 4th, May 5th.
May 5th.
Sunday, May 5th, 1 p.m. at 176.
Yeah.
People could come and check out the new show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And there's a good representation from the guest artist.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to put some of my salient pieces, one, for example, is this big red poppy
Yes.
that it really resonates
Oh,
quite
yeah.
well.
It's an amazing.
And so that's my role right now, is
Yeah.
to have something that kind of is representative of what I have been doing,
Yeah.
but not a lot of new, heavy, intense work.
Yeah. Yeah. That's beautiful. I can't wait to see it. Welcome everybody to come and check it out. Kevin, you work in the creative industry. I mean, you're always making stuff, videos.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it? Do you
Yeah.
do graphic design,
Design,
video? Everything in the
video.
digital world, you seem to
Yeah,
have your
pretty
fingers
much,
on, eh?
You know,
But then you also paint.
I paint.
So
yeah.
do you do like your dad did, where you come home and then you pick
Well,
up the brush at night, or what's your routine with it?
It's not quite like that, because the fact that my day job, I'm doing all those creative things.
Yeah.
So when I get home, I kind of have to switch gears, and maybe I'll play guitar,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
There's the music too.
Yeah,
That's right.
so, yeah, so it's a bit of not a curse, but
Yeah.
where he would come home from his day job and it was
Yeah.
like switch gears.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
this
right.
is cool.
The
A diversion from
Yeah,
my day.
so
Yeah.
Which bands are you playing with now? The
the
Blackbirds.
Blackbirds. Yeah, the Blackbirds.
Any big gigs this summer?
Not big gigs,
Not
but we
big,
have
but
we
fun.
have gigs. So
Yeah?
the casino this weekend.
Oh, cool. On Saturday?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Or
What
is it-
time?
or no, it's Friday. Maybe.
It's Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we'll put this out tomorrow. That'd be
Yeah.
tomorrow. Tonight, if anybody's watching this
Yeah.
really quick, go see
But yeah,
the-
we have gigs going on. A lot of private gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People still love hearing the
Blue
classics.
Dogs. We just
playing
played
the
there. It
classics.
was a blast.
Yeah, that's a fun place
It's
in town.
happening, man.
It's happening in
it
town.
is.
I think it is the place.
I think so too.
I think the place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really good. Really good.
That's cool. So during the day, you're obviously deep in the creative work.
Yeah, and it's mainly video editing that I do
Yeah.
now, but I do design as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, graphics, whatever. But
so how did the painting? So give me your journey though, as somebody who picks up the brush. Like, how does that?
Well, gosh, I was drawing all my life, and then I went to art school and what have you. But then I started my career as an illustrator, right? So I was painting all the time for years. I started with Vic Fidelli Advertising.
Did you start with Vic's firm?
I did back in, I guess, full time in '90.
I almost want to turn the conversation to that. Like that, I've heard that was a legendary place.
Yeah,
like Vic killed it, right?
He did, because there was no other marketing, advertising agencies back then. So, man, we did like everybody up north here. Like we had, the clients.
Yeah. Yeah.
And put out the stuff.
So you would illustrate?
Yeah, I was an illustrator,
First job.
That's
how long did you end up working with him?
3 years with Vic.
Okay.
But when I was in art school, I worked 2 summers with him.
Yeah.
And then I graduated, he said, "You got a job." So so I really haven't.
And he's become a legend in our community when you think of it, the influence he's had. And now he's, and he must, I think, imagine what his Rolodex looks like these days after being Minister of Economics and Development and all this. And he's all over. He was in Germany today. Yeah. Every time I open my LinkedIn, he seems to be
or Japan or somewhere.
Just doing all sorts of neat stuff. He was at South by Southwest in March. And
one thing about Vic, he got the attention of the city, but he also presented his staff with rare recognition.
Yes.
And was very supportive. And that impressed me.
Yeah.
As a manager of that I was, I always thought that was really paramount.
Yeah.
And he did it very well.
Yeah, he was good at that.
Yeah.
So he was really like, or his firm when you were working for him, there was big clients, like all the big guys and the local.
Yeah, we had Terra Northland, the city, the university, stuff up north, everything sort of, and
What do you think his superpower was at that time? What is his? Because you've seen how the machine works. The sausage has been made a lot.
He was a guy that would just roll up his sleeves and go at it, man. Like
communicate.
He would get right in there.
Yeah,
and do it. And his memory, the guy could remember. There was no paperwork. He would remember everything. It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Well, he's done well for himself with that. That's cool.
A friend that I knew was a friend of Vic's in the early days.
Yeah.
Mentioned how dogged he was to work.
Yeah.
Put hours in.
Yeah.
Time to put things together. Yeah. Never turned down anything. He had challenges, and I can see why it leads to
the success he's had. Yeah, and the influence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he had visions too. Like for example, when he had me paint
Old North Bay.
12 historic, old buildings in North Bay. It was just sort of a...
So what was it? Tell me what this was.
It was just an idea he had. And,
let's clean this up and...
paint like as in,
paint the building. Like he hired you to do paintings
12, a series of 12 buildings.
Yeah.
Some exist, some don't.
Yeah.
But now they hang at the city hall.
In the council
chamber. Council chamber.
That's right. I don't think I realized that was you.
Yeah. And... I can't even believe it was me either, to be honest with you, when I see the things, because, wow.
You'd be pretty young.
A lot of windows.
What would you be, about 18, 19, 20?
No, probably 21.
21?
Yeah, so,
Kevin was also in a band.
Well, always.
Between educational elements.
Yes.
He would be on the road.
Yeah.
Doing... stints,
just playing,
gigs along the place, different hotels and stuff.
Did you gig all over Canada?
No,
No,
it was
just around
an
here.
Ontario thing, basically.
Yeah.
But, finally realized maybe I should think of another career.
Yeah, then music.
But it's a lot of fun.
But was music your first sort of passion? What would you
No,
say?
I'd say art was.
Art.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. From very young, for sure. Yeah.
Now, do you do music? Where did that influence come from? Or that was just something
for
else?
some reason or other, I had an idea I was going to be a violinist.
Oh, you were a
Yeah. So at
violinist.
12 years old, as well as painting and playing hockey, I started playing the violin in an orchestra.
Yeah.
Had a European immigrant teacher,
Yeah.
and just a wonderful man. And we put together these little bands, or we play in churches mostly.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
So the music was around.
Well, yeah. So I'm going to my violin class, rushing out of there, heading over to the arena. We had outdoor rinks then, and playing practicing my goaltending stuff, and had that going on concurrently.
Yeah.
So, but I just didn't have it. Kevin has a wonderful ability to hear a song or a piece and replicate it and stuff.
Yeah.
I needed the notes.
Yeah.
I use a little bit of analogy in my painting. I need a subject matter. I don't conjure up stuff.
Yeah.
And so I always say I need the notes for my painting. And when I played music, I needed the notes. But I just admire people who have the ear for music, and I did not have it.
Yeah.
But I still loved it
Yeah.
and enjoyed it. And I'm thrilled that Kevin does that as well.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Just a perfect kind of combination,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. And then with Kevin, it doesn't stop there. There's also the film.
Acting.
Yeah, I got into
the
that
acting.
a bit.
The film. Are you doing any acting anymore?
Yeah, I mean, I did not quite a bit, but I did for a bit, and I've been auditioning recently. Not with not a lot of luck, really, but But I mean, I did my own little short films as well. That's how it sort of started, and then I just tried the acting thing. But did a few shorts for sure, and some
directing.
Is that something you'd come back to? The film, the directing.
Absolutely. To be honest with you, I love that.
I can see you in that role. Like,
what it is I'm not a writer, and I need a script.
A good script.
But once I have a script, I can go.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's great talent in North Bay.
What do you think? You've been watching this film industry in town for 15 years kind of happen.
Yeah.
What's your take on it? I mean, you said you've done some acting.
Yeah.
You've seen, I mean, we know it's a fickle industry, it seems.
Yeah,
it's a different industry.
It is.
I'm curious on your take on it because you would have seen it.
Yeah. It's hard for me. I don't know. Like when it first started, it was so fresh, and there was just a small pool of local actors.
Yeah.
So now there's like tons of actors that audition. And because of like COVID and all that, now you just have to self-tape. You don't have to go live on an audition. So anybody can do these tapes, like from all over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the
pool
field has just gotten really big.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I really know.
That's true.
Yeah, a lot of more people wanting to be part of it. For me, it made it accessible. Like it's like there's what 2 sets right now in town that I've seen in the last week, and it just makes me think all the time. Like they've figured out how to do it, how to tell stories in that way.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat, the possibilities, and it creates a lot of jobs because that's a lot of people
working. It does create a lot of
working.
jobs. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I like film shorts too. That's Kevin did a number of those, eh?
Yeah.
Directing on acting in, and those are received very successfully.
Yeah, I love doing that stuff and editing and music. I love picking music for film.
Yeah. It adds so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what you can do when you're editing, just by slightly changing something, going to a look of somebody, you can just change. It's like they say, I think, you write a movie 3 times. You have the script, the shooting, and the editing. It's like, You know what I
And,
mean? It's
yeah.
always kind of being rewritten till it's the final stage or whatever. But editing can really change things. It really can.
Yeah. And you spend a lot of time editing.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your love of music too is
Yeah.
a benefit because
Yeah.
you can pick this music that really meets the needs of that scene, you know.
Yeah.
And I have to edit the music too. And,
Yeah, of course.
That alone, you know.
Of course.
Yeah.
So the learning, like in your field, there's been so much change with technology. Do you see it, say, for a 20-year-old right now at Canadore that's studying cinema or graphic design or, you know, in the creative industry? Do you see the future as a bright place, neutral, or scary? If as a creative, somebody working who works in the digital art right now?
I'm going to say neutral maybe.
Neutral?
Yeah. Like I know all this, you know, the AI stuff and all that, but you still have to tell it what to do and make those decisions, you know.
And you still have to know what you want.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. You
Yeah.
You know, we've dabbled into it a little bit already, and
Yeah.
you know, it's been helpful, but
Yeah.
it's been also really silly too.
It's crazy. Eh?
Yeah. So
It's really.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No. It's not a. It's one of those questions. There's no right answer.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
We'll see.
And do you do anything in the digital world, or
I'm a klutz on the computer.
Yeah.
I worked in technology for 35 years in radiology.
Yeah.
But when it comes to other things, I just can't get that point where I can handle it. But I used to do all these calculations. When I started in X-ray, we had to do mental calculations of the factors to take the X-ray.
Sure.
And I was always quite competent in that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to other things, not so much. And this is what another thing about Kevin, I admire his multitasking ability
Yeah.
and his, in the actual painting world, his training
Yeah.
is much more broader and he can work competently in different media.
Yeah.
I'm a kind of two-thing person, you know, like watercolor and oil.
Yeah.
And that's my thing. But there's so many things that he can do that I admire. And I think it's from having that wonderful training in college.
Yeah. Where did you go?
Well, I went to an OCAD for a little bit, and but then I went back to Sheridan College.
Yeah.
And man,
They have good programs
I can't
there.
say enough about.
Yeah.
what
I've
I-
heard such good things of
Yeah.
that school.
And we worked hard.
Yeah.
We did. It's amazing the stuff we put out.
The demand on the
You know,
young
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
tons of work.
And
Yeah.
gals.
I can't believe I even did that stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, do you sometimes look back, like you were saying,
Yeah.
at what you did and go,
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh
did
my
I do
God,
that?
Did I do that? There's times I can't even, I'll see a logo or something. And I'm like, did I do that?
yeah, because you've done so many.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. That's cool. That's very cool. Well, guys, thanks so much for coming in and chatting a little bit.
You're welcome.
It's a real pleasure to bring a little bit of attention to the show that's happening here.
Yes.
And your careers as artists.
Well, may I say a little bit about
Yes,
this
I'd love to hear
building?
more. Yeah.
As
Tell
you
us.
know, NRCC, Nipissing Curatorial
The
Collective.
Nipissing
or
Region
whatever.
Curatorial Collective.
Yeah, are putting us on, and through the people in that runs this beautiful building is repurposed
Yep.
school,
Yeah.
and it's a hub
Yeah.
of business and art.
Yeah.
What a combination!
It's pretty
And
cool. eh?
aesthetically pleasing and functionally really comfortable. You know.
Yeah.
So, I don't look for shows that much, but when Dermot Wilson wanted me to participate here, and I had a studio working here for a while, well, it was something I felt we should do.
Yeah.
And having all these other wonderful art friends, which the people involved now is just a small portion of the people I work with, had students, and that there's so many talented painters out there, And so having them collectively together
Yeah.
again, I think it was wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really cool. It is amazing how the idea for this building was to try to, like, alone we can't make it, but together there's a chance maybe we could, and it's turned out to kind of work out.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, the key is the art in the hallway.
Well, I think so.
It really
Absolutely.
is. It sounds ridiculous.
But it's
that doesn't sound ridiculous. It's just,
well,
you know.
Yeah, I understand.
I understood that. That's why I wanted
Yeah.
to do it. But it's really work.
Yeah. We have too now. I had a role to play to some degree at the hospital.
Yes.
And actually through Dermot's initiatives,
Yes.
we got a grant from the Ontario Arts Council to put art in there. And they had an artist in resident program, and I happened to get involved with that. Yeah. And now I was just up there on Tuesday with my wife, having some x-rays. So we did take a moment to go down and look at the art. And it really adds a lot of warmth and pleasantry. It takes a clinical away, the hardcore edge. Yeah.
And it adds heart.
That's right. That's a good way of putting it. And I think we were featured at a meeting in Toronto. Dermot and I attended when the Ontario Arts Council wanted to see how it was going. And I don't know how much it spread, but the point of it is we have all that art there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I walk through the halls here all the time, and I'm amazed how when the collection changes, because it changes pretty regularly every couple months.
Yeah.
Or at least every season.
Yeah, this show will be...
how it affects...
2 months.
2 months. Yeah, so people have 2 months to come and check it out and take a look. Is there any of the works that are for sale?
There will be some, yes.
So if you're looking to collect something...
Yeah, and the diversity of the work, while everybody in the show is very competent, but they have different slants in what they produce and stuff. So come and take a look. They may find something they want, you know, or be interested in. Yeah, that's very cool. So that's the show coming up. Yep. We're happy to have you. Can't wait to see it. We're going to be hanging it tomorrow and Saturday. That's correct.
Opening Sunday.
That's right.
And then people can come to the building anytime. Check it out. But yeah, thanks guys for coming in. It was really a pleasure. And I'm so happy to see, I'm going to tell people the secret that my parents have a few pieces of yours. Yeah. And everybody who comes to the house.
Well,
everybody who comes to the house.
The
first thing we do is give the art tour.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're starting to have a nice little collection there. And boy, does everybody comment on your works.
It's just wonderful to be part of the Fortin collection.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy about it.
Right.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for coming in. Arlie?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck with your next show. Adam, how are we doing? We got it? We got it. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for checking in. We'll see you soon. Check out the show. Bye for now.